Welcome to Inner Stillness. Have you ever wondered what it takes to lead with wisdom, navigate life with purpose, or embrace challenges with courage? Today, we dive deep into the powerful words of Rutherford B.Hayes, a U.S. president whose insights on leadership, life, and philosophy offer timeless wisdom that transcends leadership roles and speaks to each of us. No matter our journey, in this video, we will unravel these profound ideas, examining how they can reshape the way we live, think, and lead. It's not just about history, it's about real-life application. Prepare to see how the lessons Hayes shared can still guide us today. Join me as we explore these reflections together, and perhaps find a few surprises along the way. Let's take a moment to reflect on a profound statement by Rutherford B. Hayes. A man sees in the world what he carries in his heart. At first glance, this may seem like a simple observation, but when we pause to examine it, we realize how deeply it touches the core of our human experience. Think about it. If your heart is heavy with negativity, fear, or resentment, how do you think you will perceive the world? You'll likely see obstacles, conflict, and a sense of disconnection. Your interactions with others may be strained, and every challenge may seem like an insurmountable wall. In this state, the world appears harsh and unforgiving, because that's the lens you are using to see it. On the flip side, if your heart is open, full of compassion, love, and gratitude, your perception of the world shifts. You'll begin to see opportunities where others see barriers, kindness in places others overlook, and beauty in the most unexpected moments. The world becomes a place where connections flourish, where problems are challenges to grow from, and where each day offers a new chance for happiness and learning. This simple yet profound truth invites us to ask, what is in your heart? The answer can dramatically change the way you approach life. If we are able to carry love, compassion, and an open mind in our hearts, we'll notice the world reflecting that back to us. Let's explore another fascinating insight from Rutherford B. Hayes. Always tell the truth in the form of a joke. At first glance, this might sound like a playful piece of advice, but it carries a much deeper message about how we communicate with others. Telling the truth is essential, but how we deliver it can make all the difference. Sometimes, the truth can be harsh, even painful, especially when it's delivered bluntly. But when we can approach the truth with lightness and humor, it becomes easier for others to accept. Humor acts as a buffer, making the message softer and more digestible, while still conveying the important point. In our everyday lives, many of us shy away from speaking the truth, fearing that it might hurt someone's feelings. However, the key is not avoiding the truth, but finding ways to share it gently, without causing conflict. For instance, in the workplace, if you need to provide feedback to a colleague, instead of simply pointing out their mistakes, you could frame your feedback in a way that encourages improvement without making them feel criticized. It's all about how we say it, not just what we say. This quote reminds us that the way we communicate can transform difficult conversations into opportunities for connection, understanding, and growth. The truth, when shared with care, becomes a bridge rather than a barrier. Let's dive into another powerful lesson from Rutherford B. Hayes. The most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. At first, this might sound counterintuitive. We're often taught to avoid mistakes, to aim for perfection, and to avoid failure at all costs. However, Hayes' words challenge us to rethink this common belief. Mistakes aren't the enemy. In fact, they are often our greatest teachers. When we fail, we're not simply falling short, we're gaining invaluable insights about ourselves and the world around us. Mistakes teach us what doesn't work, and through that, we discover new paths to success. As Hayes implies, it's through our mistakes that we truly learn and grow. Think about it. No successful entrepreneur ever reached their destination by simply avoiding failure. Each setback, each misstep, is an opportunity to refine their approach, to innovate, and to come back stronger. The lessons we learn from mistakes provide the foundation for success. So, the next time you make a mistake, instead of seeing it as a defeat, recognize it for what it truly is, an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow. Let's look at a real-life example that perfectly illustrates the power of persistence and learning from mistakes. The story of Thomas Edison. Before he invented the light bulb, Edison famously failed thousands of times. Each failure wasn't a setback, it was a lesson, a step closer to success. Every misstep provided him with new insights, refining his approach and bringing him one step nearer to his breakthrough. Edison's story is a powerful reminder that mistakes are not the end of the road. They are part of the journey. The light bulb didn't happen overnight, it was the result of countless attempts, each of which taught Edison something crucial. And in the same way, every failure in our lives holds an important lesson that brings us closer to our own goals. In our daily lives, we too face setbacks and challenges. But instead of seeing these as failures, we should recognize them as opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, and to try again. As Rutherford B.Hayes said, the most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. When we see mistakes as stepping stones, nothing can stop us from reaching our goals. Remember, there is no such thing as failure as long as we don't give up. Let's take a look at an insightful lesson about leadership from Rutherford B.Hayes. The first responsibility of a leader is to define reality. Leadership isn't just about giving orders or making decisions. It's about helping the team understand the situation they're in, recognizing the challenges, and pointing out the path forward. A great leader doesn't simply dictate, they listen, analyze, and provide practical solutions that align with the reality at hand. One of the most powerful examples of leadership is Nelson Mandela, who led South Africa through the painful process of overcoming apartheid. Mandela didn't shy away from confronting the harsh realities of his country's deeply divided society. Instead, he acknowledged the suffering and struggles of his people, and then he laid out a clear vision for reconciliation and unity. His leadership wasn't based on avoiding difficult truths, it was rooted in understanding those truths and finding a way forward. Mandela's leadership is a perfect embodiment of what Hayes describes. A leader's role isn't to avoid or sugarcoat reality, but to face it head on and guide others through it. This isn't just about courage, it's about responsibility. Leaders must not only recognize the truth but also show others how to navigate it. Let's reflect on another powerful quote from Rutherford B. Hayes. If someone is hurting you repeatedly, have the courage to walk away. In life, we often encounter situations where relationships become toxic, where the pain outweighs the connection. It's easy to justify staying in these situations, especially if they are familiar. But Hayes reminds us of the importance of self-respect and the need to protect our emotional well-being. When someone continuously hurts you, whether intentionally or unintentionally, it takes courage to walk away. This isn't weakness, it's an act of self-preservation. Too often, we stay in unhealthy relationships out of fear of confrontation, loneliness, or a misguided sense of loyalty. But we must remember that you deserve to be in an environment where you are loved, valued, and treated with respect. Staying in a place where you are repeatedly hurt only allows that cycle to continue, draining you emotionally and mentally. Walking away is a brave act of self-love, a commitment to your own happiness and peace. It's a step towards healing, and sometimes, it's the only way to find the freedom and joy you deserve. Let's reflect on another insightful quote from Rutherford B. Hayes. Character is revealed in moments of extreme anger. This powerful statement teaches us that while we may not always be able to control our emotions, it's in moments of intense anger that our true character shines through. How we handle anger can reveal the deepest aspects of who we are. Anger is a natural human emotion, but it's what we do with it that defines us. When faced with a frustrating or infuriating situation, it's easy to react impulsively, to lash out or seek revenge. However, those who can remain calm, who can take a step back and respond with wisdom, show maturity and strength. It's in those moments of intense emotional pressure that we have the chance to prove our self-control, our ability to think clearly, and our emotional intelligence. Hayes' quote challenges us to recognize that our character is not defined by our emotions, but by how we choose to act in response to them. The next time anger rises within you, ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that reflects the person I truly want to be? Your ability to manage anger with grace speaks volumes about the depth of your character. Rutherford B.Hayes' words are not just advice for leaders, they are profound life lessons for all of us. From learning from mistakes, mastering the art of leadership, understanding our true character, to recognizing when to walk away from unhealthy relationships, these are invaluable lessons we can apply in our everyday lives. In closing, I want to highlight one of the most powerful truths. Everything you've ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. Facing fear head-on, stepping through it, is the key to unlocking everything you've ever desired. Don't let the limits you place on yourself block your path. Remember, nothing is impossible in this life if you have the courage to stand up and keep moving forward. Thank you for watching today's video. Please leave your thoughts and share your personal stories of growth in the comments. We'd love to hear your journey. And don't forget to subscribe to Inner Stillness for more insightful content. See you in the next video.